My dear Obidients movement in Anambra and Ebonyi State, this video is for you guys. First, we need to show our presence in Ebonyi State and in Anambra. But let me start from Anambra, because that is where our principal, Peter Gregory Obi, hails from. It is somehow, disappointing that the incumbent governor wrote a letter which was published in almost all the national dailies against our principal. That very letter was unprovoked. When we started, they called us Facebook and social media warriors, that we are not going to make any impact. But I thank God that at the end of the day, we were able to show them that the power belongs to the people and not to the government, as it is contained in section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, which states that the sovereignty of Nigeria belongs to the people, through which, that is from the people now, the government derives its own powers and authorities. We need to show them that section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution is still in existence. Thank God that our principal, Peter Obi, has really shown us that truly, in fact, he has taught us things that we never knew concerning governance. Now, this video is primarily for the Obidients in Anambra State, and by extension, the Obidients in Ebonyi State. Anambra State was created in 1991, and I must tell you that Anambra State has been out of the 5 eastern states or southeast states, Anambra State leads in terms of so many things. Anambra State was created in 1991, as we know, from Old Anambra, whose capital then was in Enugu State. Now, if Soludo, as the governor of Anambra State, I hope that people in Anambra voted him or rather, as their governor, they didn't vote him to go and start writing a letter or making a publication against one of the Igbo sons who has shown capacity and competence in governance. This is the time for us to pay back. Yes, he has published his article. This is time for us to pay back. Even as Christians, when David was handing over to Solomon, he listed a lot of people that wronged him and told Solomon that you're a man, I won't tell you what to do. Indirectly, David was reminding Solomon, those people that wronged me, I'm leaving it in your hands to pay them back. Even St. Paul, in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 8, St. Paul still remember those people that stood against Moses when Moses was sent to go and meet Pharaoh, for Pharaoh to release the people of Israel. I'm talking about the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 8. It's clear there. St. Paul even had to call the names of those people as James and Jambres. If you go to 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 10, when St. Paul was, 2 Timothy chapter 4 is like, is he hand over notes to Timothy or so on and so forth, but something there was clear. St. Paul was listing all the people that persecuted him, people that wronged him. He didn't say that he has forgiven them or that he's going to ignore what they did. If you go to 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 10, St. Paul mentioned a man called Demas. How Demas left him and went to Thessalonica. He equally went ahead to talk about Alexander the coppersmith. That is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14. How that coppersmith stood against the gospel, and so on and so forth. Being a Christian doesn't mean that you're a fool, that somebody can come and do anything he likes and the person goes scot-free. Yes, I know. They say vengeance belongs to the Lord, according to Psalm 94. However, David said in the same Psalm 18 that God has made his hands like hinds feet. He pursued his enemy and overtook them. He destroyed his enemy. He didn't say God fought for him. So yes, I agree. Even the ability to deal with your enemy is still God that gives you that strength. So now, Soludo, who has written the article against our principal, we are not going to fight him. We are not going to be violent. Time has come for a payback. How do we pay him? Remember, he assumed office on 17th March 2022. What that means is that by 17th March 2023, it's going to be 1 year in office. That is his first anniversary. Now, as Obidients, this is time for us to prepare a special birthday gift or cake for him. Thank God that INEC shifted the election to March 18th, 2023. That is a day after his 1 year celebration or first anniversary in office. So how do we serve him this hot birthday cake? It's very simple. In Anambra State, there are 30 honorable members in the State House of Assembly. That means 30 seats. Now, these 30 seats, to pass any law there, before any bill gets through, there must be at least 2/3 of the members that will assent to it. 2/3 of 30 will give you 20. So what do? Let's have a target. Make sure that all Labour Party members win at least 20 out of the 30. In fact, to me, let Labour Party members win in all the 30 state constituencies. That is your target. Where that fails, make sure that the number of Labour Party members that will win the State House of Assembly will not be less than 20. That will make him, that his seat to be hot seat, so that he won't have time. Remember, the article he wrote, he said is 1. That is part 1. If you are reading a book, we have volume 1 or first edition. Know that there will be second edition or there will be part 2. So if we give him that opportunity, he's going to write 2. The second article, the third one, the fourth one, as many as he likes. After all, yes, he will tell you he's a Nigerian and he has freedom of expression as contained in section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution. So what we are saying now is, let us give him a very special birthday gift. That will be a day after his first anniversary celebration in office.